Hey guys, Emerald Gemma here. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a book review. I know it's been a minute, but in this book review, I'm going to be talking about The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. Um, Beast of a book, 38 pages. So I finished it this week, probably Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, Monday. But yes, guys. So the book is about the Great Migration that occurred after World War One from 1919 all the way up to the end of the 1960s. And it is great. It follows the lives of three people: Ida Mae Gratney, Robert Pershing Foster, and George Starling. And the book follows these three people's lives as they leave the rural South and come to different parts of the United States, up north to Chicago, New York, and out west to California. And it's crazy. It makes you want to cry in some parts. How they grew up, how the fear that was instilled in them made me scared. I was reading this book, the last couple of pages at the park with my daughter, and the cops pulled up, and then I got scared, and I was like, oh my God, I've been reading this book too long. The fear that they talked about that they had, how in one part of the story, it was Mr. Starling, I believe, when he was a kid, a young man, got lynched for being accused of raping a Caucasian woman. And that's pretty much was their line to get any African American man arrested, was he is defiling our Caucasian women and we need to protect our women and teach this man a lesson. When the sociologist in the book report or in the book said that it is 99% unlikely that these black men rape women. The way the South was set up with the Jim Crow laws, the contact between a black man and a white woman was slim to none. And 1% chance that they were together was a mutual relationship. But this man, the man who was accused of raping a white lady, they castrated him alive, beat him, then they lynched him. It was just copious amount of lynching stories, copious amount of them, the white man, trying to get them a clean black girl, someone who was light skinned, or just foolishness, and how the black women couldn't protect themselves, the black men couldn't protect their own women, because they had rights, but with Jim Crow, they didn't. And so this story, the book is just, it's amazing, and I think everyone who is African American should definitely read this book, especially someone who's young. I'm only 28. And the Civil Rights Act passed in 1964. My mother was born in 1970, and so she just turned 50. So that was only 56 years ago that this act was passed. And so to think 56 years ago, we were still fighting for basic freedoms. So in my eyes, when I read this book, I was like, man, we really only been free African Americans for 56 years. It also talks about racial covenants, which I think is something that, as a history teacher, I don't teach in 8th grade, and I definitely never taught in 11th grade over U.S. history, and I have not seen it in the textbooks. And so racial covenants were restricting African Americans to certain parts of town and neighborhoods, and they also had it in the deed of a house that you cannot sell it to an African American person. And so the government basically segregated the United States of America. Particularly, for instance, they really focused on Chicago. they really focus on Chicago. So Chicago in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and even still today, is divided into two sides: the North and the South, are predominantly African American neighborhoods. And so it kind of paints the picture of the United States. As a kid growing up, I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I always wonder how the black neighborhoods always look so bad and ghetto and broke down, but then the white neighborhoods look so nice and clean, and the schools look 10 times better than what I had. And so now, you can see why the neighborhoods are so racially divided and so economically divided till to this day. So the book is awesome. I hope you guys read it. If you already read it, please leave some comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.